welcome to your custom deep dive. So, imagine taking a 2,000-year-old story about profound forgiveness.
Right, a classic one.
Yeah, and using it as a theological blueprint to just aggressively dismantle modern human rights. Today, we are looking at a recent Taiwanese sermon that does exactly that.
Yeah, weaponizing that famous cast the first stone narrative to target today's secular cultural fault lines. And I mean, our goal here is to just impartially dissect the architecture of this argument.
Exactly. We are not endorsing this worldview at all.
No, definitely not. We are purely breaking down how the speaker constructs this direct challenge to modern concepts of personal freedom and marriage laws.
So you can understand the mechanics of it, because the whole pivot point of this sermon relies on the very final sentence of that biblical story. Jesus telling the woman caught in adultery to go and sin no more.
Which, the speaker does not read as a gentle dismissal.
Not at all. They frame it as this absolute rigid mandate. It is like a doctor curing a severe burn, but strictly warning the patient to never touch fire again.
That is a great analogy. The theological core here is that grace is a one-time reset. It is not a lowered standard.
Right.
And the speaker argues that modern society basically wants to completely erase the concept of sin, mostly just to avoid guilt.
Yeah, but this theology operates on the idea that without defining sin, the whole structure of society just collapses.
Exactly. It's kind of like a financial credit system, right? Where debts are forgiven, but spending limits are just completely removed.
Oh, wow, yeah, that makes sense.
So eventually, the whole economy bankrupts itself.
And here's where it gets really interesting. Because if you believe sin requires those strict spending limits, then the modern legal system, which really prioritizes individual autonomy, just looks like a complete breakdown of order.
Right, it looks like chaos.
Exactly.
Oh.
Which explains why this speaker targets Taiwan's recent marriage and diverse family laws so aggressively. I mean, they point to specific anecdotes, like that highly publicized case where an 18-year-old heir hastily married a scrivener.
Yes. The speaker uses that as proof of legal chaos. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, the mechanism behind this clash is really how the two sides fundamentally define victimhood.
Wait, victimhood? How so?
Well, think about it. Modern secular law might blur a suspect's face on television, or even excuse public cursing as free speech.
Because the system views the individual as vulnerable to state power.
Exactly. But this sermon's theology views society as vulnerable to the individual's sin.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, for the speaker, boundless personal freedom without moral constraints isn't liberation. It is a structural threat, like claiming you have the freedom to drive on the wrong side of the road.
I struggle with the logic there, though. I mean, if the original biblical story ends with Jesus essentially calling off a public execution and showing incredible mercy.
Right, the ultimate grace.
Yeah, how does the speaker logically twist that into a demand for rigid, uncompromising church boundaries? Isn't that fundamentally contradictory?
It does seem that way at first glance. But the speaker resolves that contradiction by separating divine grace from institutional standards.
Okay, so what does this all mean for modern religious leaders who are, just trying to be inclusive?
Well, they actually get the harshest rebuke. In the speaker's view, religious leaders who dilute their teachings to appease contemporary secular sensibilities are fundamentally failing.
So no compromise at all?
None. The argument is that the church absolutely cannot lower its standards just to make people comfortable. It has to boldly maintain its rigid boundaries.
Or else it loses its entire purpose as the moral anchor holding back that societal bankruptcy we talked about earlier.
Exactly.
It really highlights this massive core tension we are seeing globally. It is a profound clash between rigid, absolute religious doctrine and rapidly evolving secular societal norms.
It really is.
It is literally like watching two completely different operating systems trying to run the exact same society at the exact same time.
Which, raises an important question for you to mull over. When ancient texts that claim absolute truth collide head-on with modern, secular human rights, how can a diverse society peacefully negotiate the boundaries of freedom?
Yeah.
Are we finding a compromise, or are we eventually headed toward parallel societies where people live under entirely separate legal and moral codes?